I am a 27-year-old wedding photographer and I've built my business to 6 figures. Then I lost everything in the middle of the pandemic and rebuilt everything back to 6 figures once again. And today in this video, in this episode, you are going to learn the 3 biggest lessons that I have learned that has helped me build everything from 0 back to over 6 figures. Let's do it. If this is your first time here, my name is Steven de Cuba. No, I am not from Cuba. I am an Aruban wedding photographer. I was born and raised in Aruba. I'm half Colombian, hence the accent. And for the last 9 years, I've been living in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. I traveled back and forth for weddings in Aruba, and I also document a lot of weddings in Europe. Back in 2020, I lost everything. By that point, I already built my name as a wedding photographer, but we all know what happened in 2020, and that was the moment where a lot of us wedding photographers, we lost everything. I remember in 2 weeks, my email box was just getting all the emails. We're rescheduling, Steven. We're rescheduling. We're canceling. We're moving the wedding away. We don't know when. We don't know where. We don't know what's going to happen. That is what I was reading in my email for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm losing all of my income. Now, today, at the point of this recording, it is the first week of January in 2025. I'm excited and happy to say that I've built my business back to 6 figures and projected this year already is a 6-figure year, and next year is already building to 6 figures. So today I want to actually share with you all the things that I have learned. If you are a wedding photographer that you're just getting started, maybe you're doing way more than just weddings, maternity photo shoots, family photo shoots, event photography, but you want to specifically focus and only do wedding photography. You want to specify into wedding photography. There's a whole art and there's a whole strategy to it. And today I'm going to teach you exactly what I did so that you can apply it to in your business. And we're going to start already with the number 1 biggest lessons that I have learned, which is let money make you more money. This is an advice that I got from, I like to call him my street dad. He's not my real dad, but is that person that has helped me a lot in as I was growing up. His name is Freddie. I really love this guy, and I really see him as my second father. And I appreciate that once he told me this, let money make you more money. So I remember back in 2014, I believe it was, I was a young guy. What is math? I'm not going to even do the math right now, but I was a young guy, and that was the point where I was exploring with photography. I wasn't doing wedding photography yet, but I was doing different type of photography. I think it was in 2014, maybe it was in 2012, something around that area. That doesn't really matter, but the point is that when I started doing different type of photography, like baby photography, maternity photography, family photo shoots, birthday parties, all of these different gigs, I was making money. Not a lot, but I was making money. And this person, Freddie, told me, hey, make sure you let money make you more money. And what does that really mean? He told me that you can make money and you can go buy expensive clothes. You can go buy a car. You can go buy you can go out and you can spend the money on alcohol or on whatever it is, right? You can go and spend that money on things that won't make you money. This is what we call liabilities. But if you really want to keep growing your business and make more money, you need to invest in assets. So assets are things that will make you more money. A really simple example for me in that moment, I'm not talking about assets like buying a house because, hey, I was still young and I was making that money to buy a house. But think about things like, what if I can invest in education? Buying courses, for example, investing in coaches. What if I can, for example, invest in more equipment that will help me make more money with more gigs, right? So instead of buying that new iPhone, I will buy a new lens that will help me make more money. Instead of going out and spending hundreds of bucks on a night out, I can take that money and I can invest it in a course that will help me, for example, market myself on social media. This way, I'm using my money in a way to make more money. Now, I remember at the beginning, as I started my wedding photography journey, I didn't start as a primary wedding photographer. I actually started as a second in fact, I started as an assistant. I was a guy that was holding the lights, I was holding the bags, I was carrying everything around for the main photographer. But then after a couple of weddings, I started to shoot weddings as a second photographer. This means the primary wedding photographer will direct everything, and I will be kind of like behind the scenes taking photos of all the things that are happening. And this also helped me really realize, okay, I see how this photographer is working, and I see how a wedding can unfold, and I see all the things that can happen on a wedding day. How would I handle all of this? So that was my thinking back then. But of course, as an assistant and as a second photographer, I was also making money. So I was putting that money on the side so that I can invest in books, in coaches, in mentors, in programs, in different education resources that is going to help me build my business. So if you are right now at a point in your journey, in your career, in your business that maybe you're not there yet, you're not making wedding photography is not your full-time gig that you can live by, well, how about you start small? Start it as an assistant, maybe start as a second photographer, and let the money that you're making make you more money. Invest in people that are already ahead of you. That is my thinking, actually. I always invest in people that are ahead of me. If I see someone that is making six figures and he's traveling the world and documenting weddings, I am going to invest in that person so that I can learn how they think, how they act, and how they show up in their business, and all the lessons that they have learned. So it's kind of like a cheat code. It's like a fast track to success. That's how I see this idea of investing in someone else. All right. So lesson number 1 is let money make you more money. Lesson number 2 is all about being okay with failure. And already by that title, I want to make a small little change. I don't believe in failure. I believe that when you do something, you can get two different results. You can either get the thing that you wanted, which is success. Most people call it success. Hey, I got the thing that I wanted, success. And number 2, you can get the lesson that you need to learn in order to get to your goal. Most people call this failure. They didn't get what they wanted. And I believe this is a missed opportunity. I believe that you should be humble enough, and this comes with practice and this comes with time, but I believe that being humble to look at your failures, or rather look at the opportunities there is for you to grow, this is going to help you grow faster. So at the beginning, I didn't start with wedding photography. I was testing different types of photography. I did maternity photo shoots. I did food photography. I did event photography. I did indoors photo shoots, like in a studio. I did even like stock photography. I did all of this type of photography, and of course, I wasn't really excited about it. But when I started to document weddings, I'm like, oh my God, I love this. This is what I want to do. And that's how I actually specialize in wedding photography. So I remember with my parents always I have to actually give credits to my parents because my parents will always support me in everything that I do. I remember I went to swimming classes, I went to painting classes, I did drums, I did drum classes, I did percussion. I even sang one time, and as I look back, I'm like, well, that was a nice phase of my life, but not really what I wanted to continue doing. When I discovered photography, and specifically wedding photography, I was like, this is the one thing that I really like. Let's go dive deep into it. And this is when I said, okay, how bad do you want it? If you really want this bad enough, then you should start investing time, money, and energy into resources, into connections, into education, so that I can start building this business. And I didn't figure things out at the beginning. In fact, I still believe that I don't have everything figured out. I don't think anyone does. I don't think, I mean, even the most successful wedding photographer out there, they're still learning. They're still making mistakes. And in fact, when it comes to like social media and all the technology that there is right now, we look back and we notice that, hey, everything changes so rapidly. Everything is always changing. The industry the trends are changing, all the different things. And even the most successful wedding photographer, the one that are established, they are also continuously learning how to become a better wedding photographer, but also business owner. So if you are at a spot right now where you think that things are slow, or you see other people and you wish you are at the level that they are right now, and even if you feel like you are behind, I like to look at it this way. I believe that life and business is just like a video game. Some people are at level number 1, others are at level 15, others are at level 25, right? But what is important here is to understand that in every level of business, in every level of life, there are new opportunities for you to learn, there are new challenges for you to go through, and there are new versions of success. And it wouldn't make sense for you, let's say you are at level number 5, it does not make sense for you to compare your level number 5 with level number 25 in business, right? So what got you to this point. And what I would love to invite you is to look back and be grateful that you are now not at level number 1, but you are at level number 5. And there is someone that is at level number 1 right now that is looking at you and they're saying, I hope one day I can get to that point. And same thing with yourself. You might be at level number 5 and you're looking at someone at level 25 and you're like, I hope one day I can be at that level. And the person that is at level 25 is looking at someone that is at level 50 and they are saying, I hope one day I am at that level. So it does not make sense for you to be here where you are right now and spend, or rather waste, time looking at other people, comparing yourself with someone else. It does not serve you. And in fact, it does not help you grow your business either. So I would love to invite you to stop comparing yourself with someone else. You don't know them 100%. And if you're comparing your life with someone that you only see on social media, you're totally missing the point. So I've heard someone said this before, I don't remember where, I don't remember who, but someone told me this before, that most people live either in the past or they live in the future. So they are maybe they regret something that happened in the past, and they keep on thinking about it, and they keep on beating themselves up because of what happened in the past. And a lot of people are living in fear of what could happen in the future. But the only way for you to live in peace and in happiness is by living in the present moment. So today I'm going to ask you to live in the present moment, to look at your level 5 and tell yourself, heck yes, I might not be exactly where I want to be, but heck yes, I am today exactly where I need to be. And there's an opportunity for you today to learn something new. There's an opportunity for you to do something different. But the only person that can make that decision is you. Lesson number 3 is to surround yourself with people that want to see you grow. And I'm gonna use again my parents as an example. My parents were always those type of people that will always support me. And in everything that I do, I wanted to move abroad and I wanted to do my business studies. They supported me. I lost everything in my business in 2020. They supported me. I told them I wanted to go all in with entrepreneurship in the middle of the pandemic and try something new. I told them, please give me 1 year so I can test this out. And they supported me. Now, I also understand that I have a privilege because not everyone has supported parents. But I do believe that you get your family when you were born, and you can choose to create your own family when you decide to, right? For example, I believe that a family is not your blood, is not your partner. Your family is also your friends, who you choose to surround yourself with. I once heard someone said that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Take a look at the people that you spend the most time with. Who are they? How do they think? Are these people aligned with your goals and your mission and your vision? Are these type of people the ones that are supportive when you tell them your goals and the things that you want to achieve? Or are these people the type of people that want to hold you back? Are these the people that are supportive, or are they putting you down? Or are they jealous about you? Or are they those type of people that are constantly talking about others? My mom once told me, if someone comes to you to give you some chisme, how do you say chisme? So they talk bad about someone else. If they do it with you, they're doing it against you as well. So be careful who you're hanging around with. And I believe that you can have friends, but I also believe that you can surround yourself with people that maybe that are not your friends, like coaches and mentors or people that can help you grow your business. You can hang around with these people too. I have this mentality. When I lost everything in 2020 as a wedding photographer, I wanted to build an online business. I wanted to teach about the things that I have learned, how I've built my business. I wanted to have an online business. I wanted to sell courses and memberships and Mastermind. I thought that was fascinating, but I never knew how to do it. I had zero idea where to start until I saw James Watmore. He was my first and still my coach that has helped me build my business online. And this guy is a millionaire selling digital offers. And I believe that if I want to get there, I need to stand by my words. And that meant for me, I'm gonna invest in this person. I'm gonna invest in their programs. And I wanna be surrounded by these people and with the people that he attracts as well. I've built a community of people that I don't even know personally, but all of these people has helped me grow a business online. And for that, I'm forever grateful. All right? So think about who do you follow on social media. What are the type of content that you're constantly consuming? What type of information are you feeding your brain? I just recently started I continue my membership with Audible, and I started listening to the book Let Them of Mel Robbins, and it has been a tremendous book, and I will talk about it at a later point when I finish the book. But already up to this point, I'm like, you know what? There are things that has happened to me in 2024 that has really moved me, that has really changed who I am and how I think. And reading this book, it gave me the opportunity to get my power back. Instead of looking at what happened and regret it and beat myself up and feel sad about it or mad about it, I look back and I say, let them. Let them talk shit about me. Let them have an opinion about me. Let them use me for business, for money, for opportunities. Let them, I don't know, there are things that has happened in the past that I will talk about it soon in the podcast, but I decided to take my power back instead of letting other people have power over me. And when you say let them, it's almost like you're removing that weight out of your shoulder. So I don't even know how I got to this point that I wanted to talk about let them, but the point of this is that you get to choose how your business will look like. You get to choose who you surround yourself with. You get to choose what type of information you're feeding your mind. You get to choose how much power you give external circumstances over you. All right? So, let's recap the 3 biggest lessons that I have learned as I build my business. Number 1, let money make more money. This means invest in courses and coaches and books and equipments that will make me more money. Number 2, you're only getting started. Give yourself the permission to explore. Give yourself the permission to fail. If you're watching this video, you're probably in your 20s or you are almost in or you're in early 30s. And if not, that's also okay. But we are in our prime years. We are in the years that we get to explore. We get to fail. And once we fail, it's not a failure, it's an opportunity to grow. We get to do it again. And we still have time. Well, we don't know if we have time, but we're young. And we get to do all of that because we are in our prime years. I believe that you can fail this year completely and next year do it again and you will figure things out. All right? And number 3, surround yourself with people that believe in you and pushes you forward. You decide who you hang out with. You decide who or what type of information you feed yourself with. Let that be something that you really think about. Let that be something that you are conscious about. So, I wanted to share that with you today because has something. You're probably there like, but Steven, I didn't hear anything about business. Well, that's the thing. Because business strategy, you can try different things. And we will talk about it because, of course, this podcast is all about business strategy. But these mindset shifts, these realizations, these biggest lessons has helped me to be where I am today. All right? So, if this is your first time here, this is a shorty episode. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got something valuable out of this podcast episode. Leave a comment below on if you are listening on YouTube or if you're on a podcast, go to @StevenDeCuba on Instagram and let me know that you've heard this podcast episode and let me know which lesson was the biggest lesson for you. All right? Thank you so much for being here and I will see you on the next episode. Ciao, ciao.